Like, just kind of talk about how maybe your role changed a little bit in the bowl game, just with with some guys off to other places. What does kind of the coaches describe to you as what your role is going to look like for the LA Bowl?
Just got to show up. I mean, got to be ready for anything. Always ready for change. So, I think with the way my career has gone, I think I'm ready for any position they throw at me, whether it be running back, receiver, outside, inside, quarterback. It don't matter. And the thing with these bowl games, you always come in with a new team, new identity. There's new young guys that got to step up. And then for me, it's just making sure I'm bringing guys with me, giving them confidence, knowing that, letting the team know that, you expect to make plays even if you haven't played all season. And just keeping that room together, man. There's a lot of young guys in there, and I know that they look up to me. But just allowing myself to be the voice in that room. I've been through a lot of change with coaching staffs. Been through the ringer, so I kind of know how it goes. This is kind of second nature to me. But with guys exiting, it doesn't change anything. It's just next man up mentality, and I think we'll be fine. There's a lot of young guys that have been waiting for their chance all season, and I think this is going to be a great game for guys like Orion Peters, Josh Meredith, Cole Pruitt, guys like that who haven't seen much time to really show who they are and boost their confidence into next spring ball.
You kind of just touched on it a little bit, but you obviously have established yourself as one of the leaders on this team, as a whole. But as you kind of look towards next year, you are one of the only veterans coming back in the receiver room. Does it add any onus, do you feel like, to your own leadership responsibilities, or do you kind of just continue to do what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that magnitude of knowing that I am an older guy. It is my last year. That definitely can be frightening, but at the same time, you just got to stay consistent. Know that guys are looking up to me. And don't change for anything, just stay consistent, be me, and continue to work hard. That's all I've known my whole life is hard work. So there's always something great at the end of hard work. So as long as we continue to do that, and guys follow in the same steps that I've done, and just kind of get along with the program, I think we'll be just fine. Obviously we'll add some pieces. Obviously that's the case for every year, but. No, just knowing that I am an older guy, it is my last year, taking nothing for granted and taking advantage of every little moment, knowing that, it could be my last play, it could be my last time putting a Coug helmet on. Approaching every practice and every rep like that has really allowed my game to change these last 5 weeks, or obviously towards the end of the season. And, just staying consistent like I've been my whole life. And guys will, that's contagious. Guys will grab onto that, and hopefully – when I leave here, that's what's left behind is, hard work, dedication, not caring about what other people's opinions are about me, and just always working through the smoke, working through the haze or whatever's in front of you, and just continuing to approach every single thing in front of me with a learning, mindset.
Ling, what does it mean to you personally to be playing in the LA Bowl in SoFi Stadium? And also, how do you stay even-keeled throughout the game?
Yeah. No, it's a blessing, man. You never, you only dream about those type of things, and you only think about them in your head. You only talk to your family about these things, about playing in these big venues. But we're very fortunate to be, be in this game. We've worked hard. We've gone through a lot this season to earn this one more game. And for me, it's just personally, this is definitely, what I've dreamed about my whole life since I started football when I was 4. So for me, it's going to be, a really good environment. I've never been to that stadium, never played in an NFL stadium, but it's still 120 yards of grass, 53 and a half long, width. So when it's between those lines, everything kind of just shuts down. I don't really hear anything else besides, the other team. So for me personally, this is a big game because this was one of our rivals when I was at Hawaii, Fresno. Fresno State versus UH has been a long-time rivalry in that program, and the last time I played Fresno, I lost. So this is a big one for me to get my my game back and just get in that exciting venue and see what we do. I'm excited though, really excited.
Lincoln, I found it interesting. You talked about how the coaching staff has been through the ringer. There's just been not much time, with the recruiting window, all that transferring coaches leaving. How much pressure has that put on you, or maybe do you feel a need to be a guy that can step up and maybe aid the coaching staff some with being a leader for the team?
Most definitely. We had our one-on-one meetings with Coach Dickert and our positional coach, and I think there was a little bit of uncertainty for the past couple of days, just kind of just weird vibes. Obviously, just kind of unsure of what could happen next. But when we had that time off where the coaches were gone this past week, we had times where we got in there, just ran practices, and I got up in the circle and told guys like, hey, if you want to be here, be here. But if you don't, get out, because that's the honest truth. Is if you don't want to be here, it takes a certain type of guy to be here. And for me, I feel like I represent that type of person. And if you're not willing to work hard and sacrifice time, sacrifice effort, and not worry about one thing or let one thing dictate how your course of your career goes, then this place ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? It's it's not. We're not going to get the big NIL deals. We're not going to get the big-time recruits. We're going to get guys who work hard and guys who have that chip on their shoulder and can get it the grimy and tough way. But, we stood up in front, captains and whatnot. Obviously, Ron was gone due to the Pac-12 championship. But I got up in front of there and just told him, man, like, we owe it to each other to win this game. We owe it to each other to be present in the moment, be present with our teammates, and we owe everybody in this circle who's still here deserves one more shot to play a game. And I think after that, just every person started to calm down and not worry about, what's going on next. So I think having a player-led team, I think those things kind of, there's a difference between player and coach. So I think those things kind of naturally take care of each other if you have good leadership, and we do here. So it was a little confusing at some points, but I think we got to clear it up, and, guys are ready to play, excited to get on the field.
And talking about that, Lincoln, the defense, obviously, a lot of things happening over there with not going to look like the same defense we've seen all season. Does that put pressure on you guys on the offense? Do you feel like you need to play potentially your best game to get a win here?
That's the thing, man, is we haven't played our best game yet, so we still got one more chance too. But I don't think it's, it's pressure. I think it's more just feeling the magnitude of, there's some guys missing, there's going to be some loopholes, but there's guys who've been backing up those two starters or whoever left, who've been waiting for this chance. So I'm excited to see what those guys do. But from an offensive standpoint, I think we just excited to go out there and try to show the world, what we can do, what we've been missing this whole season, and really put it together. But pressure-wise, no, not really. I think it just allows us to feel that magnitude of like, hey, like, this is real. We got to put on a show, and don't change for the moment. Just change for the better, and just continue to work hard, and we'll end up where we want to be. And I'm really confident in that. But I think there's a group of guys who are on the offensive side that understand that we need to come to play, and guys will latch onto that, and I think we'll be fine, more than fine.
Lincoln, you talk about sort of maybe the journey starting to come to an end here at Washington State, and you're one of the only Washington guys, on this squad. When you think about your journey from Union winning that state championship in the Tacoma Dome to now, how do you just reflect and look back?
That was a good question. With state championships, like they were just like I think 2 weeks ago. You just think back, man, and you're just so grateful and blessed to be here. You get emotional just because of the people who have committed to your life and the people who have sacrificed so much for you to be in this position. And I just can't thank my family enough, to be honest. They've done so much for me. They've raised me into the man I am today. But when you look back on it, man, I wouldn't change the journey for anything. I've been through ups and downs, adversity, different coaches, injuries, this and that, but it's all part of the process. And I think, when I look back on those times, there's such good memories because I spent it with such good people. And, I've been all over the place. This game has taken me all over the place, and I've built so many relationships that is the reason why I continue to keep playing this game is the people around me. But, thinking back from Union to UH to here, man, like, it's been so, like, crazy to me, so full circle that, all I can do is just say thank you to those people who got me there. And, I'm just excited for what's next and just to continue to build my story and, give people something they want to read and want to watch.
Good. Thanks,
Mahalo.